Let's go now to Brian from Wadawi. Brian, how can we help you this evening?
Yes, ma'am. I think the last person answered my question, but I do want to ask those questions, please.
Sure.
For
Go right
the
ahead.
workman compensation. I'm the on hold.
Go right ahead. Brian,
Yes.
go right ahead with your question.
Hello?
Yes, you're on live. Go right ahead with your other question you mentioned.
But, hey, what's going on? But anyhow, all right, cool. Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Okay.
you. You mentioned
All
you
right,
had another
so,
question.
you can hear me okay? Okay. Well, the problem is, all right, I own a small business, and if, let's say, one of my employees did something they wasn't supposed to do, even they have signed off on, their job duties and safety meetings, can they still file?
I think I understand his question. He's a
Tom,
business owner.
Can they still file, workman's compensation, and how long do I have to pay for them being out?
Okay.
employee didn't follow the rules, or maybe there was some goofing around or tomfoolery. Are those compensated, Bernard?
It's unique under the Alabama Work Compact that either the employer or the employee can file the lawsuit, basically a declaratory judgment case, asking the judge to declare whether or not benefits should or could be paid.
Okay.
Inevitably, if you're a business owner and you have workers' comp coverage, if you're required by the state, you should have it. Typically, when you turn in that claim, you put the company on notice, the insurance carrier. They're going to take over. They have counsel who are specifically hired to take that on. They'll then answer your questions because every case is fact specific. So I don't know enough about the facts of that to know whether it's compensable or not. But if you have any doubt as a business owner, turn in the claim, because the worst thing that can happen is they deny the claim, and then you personally or your business could be exposed and have no coverage.
So let's talk about that, because I know you've run across this. The employer does not turn in, they don't want their workers' comp insurance premiums to go up. It's a smaller business, sometimes larger, but usually it's a smaller business. They say, okay, well, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to pay some of your medical bills, file it on your own health insurance maybe, and then we talked about a case getting on the wrong path. All right, I'm going to pay you I'm going to pay you your wages for a couple of months. Then what happens?
We only hear of these cases every week.
Yeah.
And what I tell potential clients who call in and want some answers, your company is going to love you as long as you're producing for the company. But as soon as you get hurt, 99.9% of them are going to kick you to the curb. And they may tell you, we're going to take care of work, don't worry. But the bottom line is they're just trying to save money. So that's why you need to call an attorney. That's why you need to start the process.
And if you're an employer and you think you're doing the right thing, you don't want your premiums to go up because you file a claim, and that's possible that could happen. You want to help your employee, you like your employee. So you say, well, I'm going to pay you just out of my pocket or out of the coffers. I'm going to pay for your medical bills, or you file it on whatever your health care insurance is, and I'm going to pay you co-pays. And then it turns out to be a really serious case.
So here's
now you've got a problem on your hands, because the insurance company is going to.
it's a mess. It's a terrible mess sometimes, because when you're filling out that paperwork in the emergency room or in the triage, they want to know the history of how you hurt yourself, how you broke that arm. And if you put it wasn't done on the job, and then you end up having to file a lawsuit, and then you get deposed in your case, you're having to climb out of a hole that started way back when because your employer told you one thing. It's a mess. That's why you got to call a lawyer as soon as possible.
Wow.